Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Tanush. So, this is my second video on Saturn, especially for Taurus Ascendant guys. And like I said, I haven't made video for quite some time, missed important transits because I was working on some very important project which I will be revealing soon on this channel. And it involved a lot of travel and multiple things, right? I didn't even do consultation. I have lots of mails pending and I'm extremely sorry for that. So some important comments which I have received and some mails which I could read, especially from Gemini and Taurus Ascendant and even Cancer also, is that the transit of Saturn to the sign of Aquarius or Kumbh Rashi was supposed to be one of the best transits, right? It was supposed to be one of the best transits for Gemini as well as Taurus, undoubtedly, and it is one of the best transits. But again, especially for Taurus Ascendants, people are saying that they are kind of lost, especially with respect to their career, issues at different front, at home, increase in expenses. So many things they have written. So first thing is, a lot depends upon which dasha you are going through, because that planet would be driving your life, right? Second is how Saturn is placed in your chart. Now, irrespective of that, Saturn is a Yoga Karaka planet for Taurus Ascendant guys, because it holds two important houses, right? So the 9th house and the 10th house. So it becomes Yoga Karaka planet, a Rajyo Karaka planet for you, one of the best planets for you guys. And whatever Saturn does is always good for you. Now, there may be scenarios where Saturn is either debilitated or placed in a very bad spot, in enemy sign or uncomfortable sign, right? So in those cases, what happens is the result which Saturn gives. So obviously, because it has come to your 10th house, 10th house is the house of career, and the main aim here is to boost your career. And if that is not happening, then you will have to look at where your Saturn is placed, right? So if Saturn is either debilitated or in your 12th house or placed in a very uncomfortable position, what would happen is Saturn surely will actually boost your career, but this process will happen, it will not happen very easily. So Saturn will give you challenging situations, different kind of challenges with respect to your work. You might have to work in different domain where you're not comfortable, work with people with whom you're not comfortable, take up roles and responsibilities which you have not done earlier, and that might not be very comfortable for you, right? Learning new domains, in some cases changing jobs. So I know a person who was very much attached to his job, because he was quite comfortable. So it's not that he was in a very good position. He was okay with whatever he was getting, role wise and everything. He just wanted to be comfortable, and he considered that as his achievement, and he just wanted to remain like that. But when Saturn came to the 10th house in the sign of Aquarius, situations arise where the person had to change a job. So this happened last year, and the person consulted me, and it was like his world was devastated, all his plans were completely crushed, right? So that's what the person felt. So I explained him that Saturn is doing this for some specific reason, because you have long road ahead of you. You have to work for a long time, right, till you retire, and maybe this particular role or this particular situation is probably your comfort zone, may not be very good for you. So reluctantly the person agreed. He went into a different company, a good one, took up a different role. Initially it was a little difficult, and then last month I got a message from him that the company which he was working earlier, so this happened in US, that company started laying off people, and especially from his particular department, many people were laid off. And right now he's in a very good position, comfortable position. He's slowly getting there where the person is quite comfortable and he's started to like what he's doing, right? So that was the plan of Saturn, and that is how Saturn works. It may not be very palatable to us, it may be like devastating, shaking off all our plans, but that is what is required, because Saturn looks from long term perspective, always looks from long term perspective. It doesn't give results looking at short term achievements and goals. It's always long term. And when you think of long term plans, you'll have to take short term difficult situations, troubles and all the things which are coming your way. But when you look at it, when you look back and see, everything was meant for your betterment, right? So Taurus Ascendant guys, my suggestion to you would be, if you are facing this kind of situation, or if you are lost in your career, you don't know what to do, because there are people who are kind of lost, and they say, Saturn has come to my 10th house, obviously it's going to do good, but for me it's all confusion. It's confusion because you're not able to read what Saturn is actually speaking to you. Saturn is clearly telling you that, hey, this is going to be your path. So try to understand the plans of Saturn. Try to align yourself with the plans of Saturn. If Saturn wants you to learn something new, don't be reluctant. Don't be reluctant, right? So just align with the plans of Saturn. Try to understand what Saturn is trying to teach you. Once you introspect, you understand what Saturn is trying to teach you, and you align with the plan of Saturn, then slowly you will see that things are moving towards betterment. And Saturn surely has some long-term goal for you, right? Maybe, like I said, this job is not good for you, or maybe if you have to grow, you probably need some additional skill set, or probably you need networking with people which you are not good at, right? So multiple situations. Many people like to work in silos, they don't want to connect with people, but Saturn wants you to connect to people. And especially Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, it's all about networking, connecting with people, working with masses, right? And that is what Saturn is demanding. And if you're not one of those kinds who gel well with masses, and you like to work alone, then it would be devastating for you, right? And if you're put in those kind of projects or those kind of streams, you are obviously uncomfortable. But that is the price you have to pay for your growth, and that is the plan of Saturn. So understand that Saturn is doing this for your betterment. And if you are confused, try to read what Saturn is telling you, and you'll understand that with what is good for you. And like I said, if Saturn is kind of uncomfortably situated in your chart, these things will come in a tough way. So it's not very easy. So if Saturn is wonderfully placed in your chart, you are going through a wonderful Mahadasha, then everything is like cakewalk. You'll get wonderful opportunities, your growth is like exponential, especially during this period. You'll get wonderful opportunities, wonderful pay scale, promotions and everything. But if it is not comfortably placed, that is when Saturn gives you tough situations for you to work upon, for you to overcome, to learn, and then you are ready for that growth. So again, I would say try to read what Saturn is teaching you, and once you look back after probably 1 or 2 years, you will understand whatever came your way was the plan of Saturn for your growth, for your sustenance at your workplace, right? Thank you so much.